Morning to you. It's Will Winter here, the man in black, the cat, and the hat, the dude with the goggles and the do-rap. How you living? First and foremost, I need to apologize for being gone for so long. Yeah, for me, when it rains, it pours, man. I had to rebuild my bike from the ground up. I wound up changing jobs. Then, my front porch decided, well, I'm going to try to cave in on your ass. Yeah. Plus, for the first few months, I mean, it was so cold you couldn't be outside. And y'all know I'm out here, so, there's that. And this past Easter, I had a death in my family. My Aunt Andy passed away. And then I remembered, a few days ago, oh, fuck, Will, you have a YouTube channel? Yeah. Oh, fuck, shit. Sorry. I apologize. I'm all right. I'm here, just in case anybody was worried or anything like that. I do apologize for being gone for so long. I noticed I picked up 3 more subscribers, though, so thank you. Welcome. So let's get down to this. Again, you have my apologies for being gone for so long. But apparently, in Pennsylvania now, they done stopped that return to the land stuff. The justice system stepped in now. If it was up to me, I'd believe that every race has a right to have a spot to call its own. And that way y'all can just leave each other alone because y'all are never going to get along. But, apparently, black folk can't have that shit. So let's go ahead and get it started now. I'm getting this from black conservative perspective. You can't call it stealing if I'm, telling you where it comes from. So here we go. Let's go down this rabbit hole, shall we?
A bill aimed at stopping whites-only housing communities in Pennsylvania is now headed to the state Senate. The House passed the bill by just one vote, with no Republicans supporting it. So why the pushback?
Hold on. First and foremost, okay, what right does the government have to tell you what kind of people you have to live with? No, really, think about that. That's kind of bullshit, isn't it? That the U.S. government can step in and tell you, well, you have to live with a certain group of people, even though you don't want to be around them. Think about that for a moment. How does that make any sense? And how is that even legal? I mean, think about it.
21's Lily Sexton is live at the Capitol with what caused the debate.
That's right. So hidden inside this bill was an amendment tied to the Fairness Act. Now, that act could create extra protective classes, such as gender identity. It was that section, that small section of the bill, that ended up splitting the House.
All right, hold on. Right there. So, basically, what they're talking about is that return to the land thing, those white people that don't want to be around other races or gay people. Yeah. Y'all taking this gender shit entirely too damn far. All right? If people don't want to live around gay people, they shouldn't have to. And if gay people don't want to live around straight people, they shouldn't have to. How the hell are you going to tell somebody who they got to have in their communities? All right? This DEI, affirmative action, all that garbage, that's all it is garbage. This is stupid. All right? And y'all going to keep on, and people are going to start Charlie Kirking people. Because at this point, you're taking people's ability to just step away. Now you're forcing people to live in communities that they don't want to live in. Think about that. You keep taking people's options away. Well, the only option people's going to have is boots and blood here. 5-finger death punch. That's the only option people are going to have. You can't force somebody to live somewhere where they don't want to live. You can't force somebody to have people in their communities they don't want there. And I don't understand how come, gay people want to be around straight people. To me, that doesn't make any sense. It's almost as if you're trying to force your ideologies on people that want nothing to do with it. And see, mixed people, this is something, if you look back through American or just Western European history, there's a lesson here that needs to desperately be spoken. You never give white men an enemy to rally against. You never do that. Ask the Native Americans. Fuck, ask the Middle East right now. Ask anyone, ask Japan. You never give a white man an enemy to rally against, or that's your ass. And that's what's going to start happening. And when it does, don't look at me. I'm going to be too far up in the hills to help y'all ass. Let's keep this thing pushing.
This far exceeds anything about fairness. That's not what Pennsylvanians want.
Regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity, that folks should have access to employment, housing, and public accommodations. We are reiterating our values.
A bill preventing white nationalist housing developments. It passed in the House, but with only one vote to spare. Representatives tell me the initial bill was straightforward, closing legal loopholes that could allow extremist groups to create discriminatory communities, specifically the threat from a...
Here we go. We know the media language, extremists, which means there are people that, read George Orwell's 1984 or something. I'm so sick of the major media doing this shit. Extremists. Okay. And that last dude that was talking was a brother. All right, and like I just said, I don't understand why black people are worried about it anyways. I thought y'all hate white people. Then again, it's the ones that be talking shit in the major medias about white people are married to white people. Yeah, like the chick from Texas. I'm glad them little girls drowned. My brother in Christ, she's fucking a white pastor. This is getting stupid. This is the kind of shit I be talking about. These people, you can't even trust the news anymore because they use language to try and twist your point of view. Basically, what Return to the Land is a bunch of white people that's sick and tired of being beat on by society. I know it sounds like I'm trying to take up for white people. I'm really not, but I do understand. I get it. We have told white people for how long now they're not welcome in their own country? They're not welcome in cities their ancestors built? How long have we told white people they're not welcome? So then, when they try to walk away, okay, we're going to go over here then. Now you want to fuck with them on that too. What I just say, boots and blood, man. You're not leaving people options here. You're really not. So let's push this along.
Its only group called Return of the Land. Representative Malcolm Kenyatta made an adjustment, saying non-discrimination protections should be fully inclusive.
This amendment not only takes the underlying language that was previously included in House Bill 20.
Now, hold on. I want y'all to take a good look at the guy talking right now. That's him. Yeah, tell me how that's a black man. He is way too light-skinned for that. Come on now. But you don't hear nobody talking about that shit, though, how we're treated. How we have to, push a line that doesn't even benefit us at all. I said it in the beginning. We have served the black interest for over 300 years, and what the hell has it gotten us? What has it got? Nothing but the scraps from everybody else's table. There isn't even an us. And now we're pushing on this shit, and we're just helping start problems. I'm back, by the way.
03, but it also infuses that language with all the provisions of House Bill 300, colloquially known as the Fairness Act.
What he calls the Fairness Act is aimed at protecting people from discrimination based on sex, sexual orientation, and gender identity or expression.
Madam Speaker, those are not narrow legal definitions. They are broad, subjective, and open-ended. They rely on internal feelings and personal perception, not objective fixed standards.
I am a man. You are a woman. And I happen to believe that every single person, regardless of how they identify, ought to be treated with respect here in Pennsylvania. You and I might have a difference of opinion on that point, but I think they happen to.
Watch what baking soda does to your dog's allergies.
I'm tired of watching dog owners waste hundreds on probiotic chews.
Opinion on that point, but I think they happen to.
Boy. So we got to talk about some more hypocrisy involving Democrats, this time out in Pennsylvania. The woke Black Caucus of Pennsylvania is concerned about whites-only communities moving to Pennsylvania, apparently.
Okay. But I got a counter to that. Now, you have the white people return to the land talking about we don't want to be around anybody else but our own kind, right? Now, there are 19 families down in Georgia doing the exact same shit, but nobody's saying anything about them. You see what I'm saying? This is all BS out here now, isn't it? This is some old bullshit, isn't it? How come black people can do stuff just like Dr. Umar talking about open all black schools, but he never did because that's illegal. You can't do that, by the way. Stop giving him money. But if white people can't have whites only communities, then how come black people can? You see the bullshit, the hypocrisy that's going on? Let's let the man speak a little more.
One of the whites only communities out in Arkansas, they're thinking about moving to a number of states, right? Expanding to a number of states. And the Woke Black Caucus, Democrats, thought that it would be a good idea to preemptively ban them from establishing all white communities in Pennsylvania. And I want to talk about it because this is the height of racial hypocrisy here from Democrats. So without further ado, I want to play this clip so people can get a reminder of what this whites only community is like out in Arkansas.
No blacks, no Jews, no gays. High up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, building houses and a new type of community. It's called Return to the Land, and it is a town open to white people only. They are millennials and Gen Z, and this is a new update of age-old prejudice.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White. Go ahead and pause that for a sec. Sorry, I keep stopping it on you. But again, it's okay for everybody else to have their own communities. And like I just said before, how many times y'all gonna keep telling white people they ain't welcome in anything? Y'all been beating on white people for over 20 years now. But also, like, for y'all to recognize something else too. You notice they said it was millennials and Gen Z, right? Wasn't us Gen Xers. We had solved the race problem a long time ago. And y'all millennials come right back behind us and fucked everything up. Why? Just why? Why can't we just leave each other alone? At this point, just leave each other alone. Otherwise, people are going to start fighting. I'd ask Charlie Kirk, but he got a hole through his neck. And I'm not making fun of the man. He didn't deserve it. I'm just saying. Yeah. There comes a point where we here in America, especially Gen X, we have to admit we made a mistake. We made a mistake. Boomers too, we made a mistake. We should have just left everything segregated and everybody could just leave each other alone because the races are just entirely too different. You see what I'm saying? You're never going to get along, not completely. Now, doing business and stuff is one thing. Going to school is one thing, but everybody deserves to have a place to call home. But basically what y'all have done to white people is say you're not allowed to have nothing. And what did I just say? You never give white people an enemy to rally behind or rally against. You never do that. At this point, people are going to start shooting. At this point, things are going to keep getting stupid. People's bodies are going to keep getting stacked because don't nobody want to know how to leave somebody the fuck alone. If white people want to go over and bumfuck Egypt and build them a little community where it's just them, you know what? Good. Let them do it. At least I know where the hell they at and I know where to stay the fuck away from. This shit is starting to get retarded, man. Leave people the hell alone. You come here because I'm tired of hearing all the way over there. I'm old. My back's fucked up. Let's do this.
American culture.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
It's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out, even if...
Well, I mean, you don't let everyone into your home.
Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And while the men do the physical labor, the women take care of the children who live here full time. It could be a very loving community.
And feminism marches on, doesn't it? White chicks. And feminism marches on. While the men are breaking their backs building everything. The white women, look, I've taken care of kids. It's not hard. It's not. Keep them entertained, keep your eye on them, and you'll be fine. All right? Like me and one of my exes, we had a daycare center where we'd had 10 to 20 kids running through our house. And when I say daycare, the parents would drop them off on Sunday. I'd see the parents again on Thursday. Okay? So when I'm telling you it's not hard, you just got to keep your eye on them. It's not hard. All right? Now watch that community, if it gets built up and it becomes any kind of prosperous or anything, then all of a sudden here comes feminism. Oh, we're oppressed. But you didn't build it. You see what I'm saying? This is why I keep telling y'all white people are clinically insane. They keep doing the same stupid shit over and over and over and over again. And you refuse to learn. You're too dumb to change, too stupid to learn, and too ignorant to realize you need to do both. If you look at American society today, that's the real problem, because the same shit they're doing today, they was doing in Rome. They did in Greece, they did during the French Revolution, the Roman Empire, or the Holy Roman Empire. The Great Wars, I mean, come on. Like socialism and all that crap. We know this shit doesn't work, but you keep doing the same stupid shit. That's why I keep telling y'all, colored folk, mixed people, biracial, true-born American, bruh, we gotta stop listening to these idiots because they refuse to change. Only a crazy person keeps doing this. In the words of Otto von Bismarck, only a fool refuses to learn from their own mistakes. But the wise man can learn from the mistakes of others as well as his own. He was right. Let's keep this thing going.
If you're part of the community, but if you're black, or if you're Jewish, or if you're gay, you can't be part of that community.
They can have their own communities, and they already do.
You might be wondering how any of this can be legal. Return to the Land is structured as a private members association, which they believe allows them to discriminate on the basis of ethnicity, along with other factors.
So basically, they operate in the same way as an HOA or a home association, a homeowners association works, right? Which then people can trespass onto your property, tell you what kind of vehicle you can have in your driveway, how long your grass has got to be, and all that stuff. Basically, it's the same thing as an HOA. Right? So, how come HOAs are legal, but this isn't? And what the lady just said was right. Black people really don't have very many communities anymore. They're being chased out. Thanks, Spamberger. Thanks. Where'd all the black folk go? Yeah. Gay people had their own stuff. Everybody else can be allowed to have their own shit, but white people. And the sad part about it is the vast majority of people that are really bitching is either black people that shit on white people anyways, or it's other white people. Come on, y'all. Come on, at some point, I'm trying to find the camera. That's why I keep looking around. It's dark. Leave me alone. But come on, y'all. See if that helps. There you are. Hi. Come on, y'all. Something's got to give here. Something's got to give. We need to just have, everybody has their own space, and we need to just leave each other the fuck alone. But a lot of this, too, when black people are bitching about this stuff, what did the great prophet Malcolm X say? And again, I call him the great prophet because that man was modern day Nostradamus. Everything he warned black people about and everything he tried to stop has come to pass. But what did the prophet say? What did he say? You have brothers that have taken it entirely too damn far. Well, he didn't say damn. You got brothers out here that think you ain't a success unless you have a job in the white man's company or business. You don't think you're a success unless you have a place in the white man's school. You don't think you're a success unless you have a place in the white man's community. Some of y'all have taken it so far, preach, Officer Tatum. You've taken it so far, you don't think you're a success unless you have a white woman in your bed as a wife. Quote the prophet, Malcolm X. He was right, wasn't he? And that's what a lot of black people are pissed off about. They're not welcome. Even though you'll have black people chase white people out of their communities. And again, you have 19 families down in Georgia doing the same exact shit. Nobody's talking about them at all. You see what I'm saying? Mixed people, this is why we have to step up to step the fuck off. These people are insane. And it's a bunch of hypocrisy. It really is. You can't build a house on a foundation of sand, and hypocrisy is sandy as fuck. This is stupid. I'm going to let it push on a little longer.
That has yet to be tested in the courts and may well fail. The Arkansas Attorney General has said his office is now reviewing the matter as a result of our reporting, and that there is no room for racial discrimination in Arkansas or anywhere in...
Yeah. So you see, now you heard that. Now, this community may expand to other states, and Pennsylvania, led by Black Democrats, are preemptively trying to ban these individuals from being able to establish white-only housing neighborhoods in their state. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Here's one of those headlines that stops you in your tracks. Bill banning whites-only housing passes Pennsylvania House by 1 vote. So first, whites-only housing is apparently a thing in 2026. And second, it passed by 1 vote, which can only mean one thing.
Well, again, you have blacks-only communities. You have Hispanic-only communities. You have gay-only communities. Hypocrisy, anybody? And this is a white dude, by the way, on the news. We got to stop looking at major media. Y'all are some evil pricks. How you shit on your own kind, man? How you shit on your own people? See, this is why I'm constantly talking about stuff like loyalty and stuff like that. Look at America. Look at white and black people constantly backstabbing, double-crossing each other and shit like that. And then they wonder why nothing ever works. If you look at Western European history for the past, 5,000 years? 2,000 to 5,000 years? It's always ended in what? Failure, collapse, war. Because they can't just leave each other alone. There's a saying that I know deep down white people hate more than anything else. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Leave shit alone. If them people want to build a community out in bumfuck Egypt, good. At least I know where the hell they're at. Leave them alone. Because at this point, America can't take much more of this stupid shit, y'all. It just can't. So you know what? Yeah, we're done with this one. I've done said all I wanted to say on this. But look, y'all, you can stay in the system or you can join me in the mountains. Because at the end of the day, when the bullets is flying, the blood is flowing, and shit slams the fan, the only thing we're going to have is each other. And to be quite honest, yeah, this is stupid. If them people want to build themselves a community, just leave them alone. At least you know where all the racists is at. And you know where to just stay the hell away from them. Let the FBI and shit watch them. And if they ain't bothering nobody, leave them be. If everybody else in this country can have a community of their own, why can't white people? Come on. And, I mean, to be fair, also, when it comes to return to the land and all that kind of stuff, well, at least they're not, breeding people into the floor. Y'all take care. And I'll catch y'all on the flip.